Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see, in this game we've got atctimmy playing the Tier 9, well, we'll call it Super Premium Alaska B. The Alaska, of course, is, well, it's a very tanky cruiser. It's very tanky. Arguably a Tier 9.5. Very, very competitive ship. Taking a look at the matchmaking. Shiratsuyu, Asashio, and Adriatico. Asashio, Shiratsuyu, of course, torpedo threats from range, really good detection radius on both of those ships. Asashio is just straight up scary. What's it, you can get down to like 5.4 kilometers, something like that. It's very hard to spot if the player knows what they're doing. And the torpedoes, by the time you see them, it's usually too late. They hit very, very hard. Cruisers, well, you know, you've got a good mix of cruisers there. Atlanta, of course, is, I'd say, fairly easily blappable, but one of the things about the Atlanta is it has so little armor that a lot of times you get overpins. You can see that Timmy's got AP loaded. The AP is kind of the bread and butter of this ship. And it can pen and do massive damage to battleships, even at range in a lot of cases. Especially in a game like this where you're top tier and you're firing against things like the Colorado. So we'll see what's over here. We'll see what he runs into. It's got the full suite of basically everything. You've got hydro, radar, and heel, in addition to really pretty nice armor and fantastic guns. This cruiser basically has everything. And now some of the red ships are being detected. And what does this game not have that so many games do? Well, that's a CV. Now, if you're looking at the minimap, Timmy is running the risk in his positioning here of having a couple of big ships come around the corner. You can see there's the radar from the Tulsa, presumably. And Timmy looks determined to get guns on that Atlanta that's hiding over there. He's liable to start taking shells from the Atlanta himself. Atlanta's range isn't all that good, but if Atlanta keeps moving forward, he might be able to get shells. There they come. Now, one of the things about Atlanta shells is that they take forever to get to their target. Now, Timmy's going to run out here, and he's going to be potentially broadside to Tulsa and Brandenburg. So let's hope that the bad guys are firing at the Bismarck that's kind of on Timmy's starboard side. Well, now right at his nose. Nice broadside shot on the Brandenburg. I might have waited for the Tulsa, but great damage, 12K plus. And that is a really good example of what the guns on the Alaska can do. You can see Timmy's angled up, trying to minimize the damage from the, oh, I'd wait till it gets flat broadside. And that looks pretty good. Nice shot, 11,570 damage on the Tulsa. Taking a little damage himself, Timmy's falling back. It's going to be probably another great shot on the Tulsa. Yeah. Yes, you did. So we're 4 minutes in. Timmy's already got his first kill.
Problem solved, sir.
Now he's taking a little bit of a beating. There's the Montpellier and the Brandenburg out there. And the Montpellier, see, he's not wanting to stick around. I mean, the guns on the Bismarck aren't all that powerful, but between the Bismarck and the Alaska, there aren't too many cruisers that want to hang around and deal with that. Might be a good idea to switch to HE and try to burn the Brandenburg down, but yeah, there he is switching to HE. And looks like he's going to slow way down and try to get shots on the Brandenburg. That looks about right. Switching back to AP now. I might have stayed with HE for one more volley, but yeah, 3100 but no fire. 7 hits though. It gives you some idea of just how deadly these guns can be. They are pretty accurate. 14 seconds till the heel comes back up, and you're going to pick up roughly what, 10k HP? That's pretty strong. Good guys are down 4 ships, 5 ships now. Bad guys only down 1, but Adriatico and Asashio are both in really bad shape.
Torpedoes to port.
But the good guys over at the Charlie camp, well, they boofed it pretty hard, I think. Now it's going to be up to Timmy, I think, to turn this game around. Harbin and Zara, well, they don't have much choice but to fall back. They're being chased by Lepanto. And Azuma is going to have their broadside if they just head straight west. So, need some big guns in the middle, and that's going to be Timmy. And the Bismarck is on the 1 line, for crying out loud. And there's going to be a collision here. Well, I guess not. Timmy finishes off the Brandenburg, sitting at just shy of 44,000 damage with 2 citadels, 30 shells on target, 2 kills. And is Atlanta going to stay broadside? No, Atlanta's turning out. Now this game is hardly over, but the good guys are down over 300 points. And half of their team already. So this is going to be a real uphill climb. So hopefully Timmy will just continue on his current track and just keep blapping red ships. There's a nice volley. Another one like that and Atlanta might be in trouble. I think Atlanta's trying to go dark. He's not using his guns. Oh yeah, there they are. So he'll stay detected for a little while longer. Hopefully Yugumo won't run behind the island, and we'll be able to keep Atlanta spotted. One good volley could be all it takes. So let's hope that's it. And Timmy picks up Citadel number 3 and finishes off the Atlanta, now sitting at 3 kills. Now Timmy is in a tough spot here. If he pushes into the Lepanto, well, he's got the Adriatico there. It'd be really, really bad. But he might be able to finish the Adriatico here. Somebody will, right? If it's not Timmy, it should be the Yugumo. But Timmy's not going to have much choice but to angle against Lepanto. That's kill number 4. And Timmy's probably going to start taking shells from Harbin and Lepanto. Lepanto's guns, though, are still aimed south. Why Yugumo is pushing into that, I do not understand. You see Timmy pushed north rather than into the teeth of the red team. He's got HE loaded. I think I'd probably switch back to AP here in hope of getting a broadside shot on Lepanto. He does now switch back to AP. And I don't think I'd be turning to starboard here. The guns are coming around. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad. And Timmy is little chip damage there on Lepanto, but I'm expecting a big volley here as Timmy finds himself without a target. And that's probably going to change here in a second. Somebody's bound to finish off that Azuma, right? I think I'd have stayed on the Lepanto, and somebody does finish off the Azuma. And that might catch the tail end of the Lepanto. Some nice damage there. and time to start heading south toward the Bravo cap. Now it's very risky. I think probably a good time to pop the hydro right about now. We know that there were at least 2 DDs at the Bravo cap. He is detected, and that suggests there is a DD out here with him on the north side of all these islands. So definitely hydro time. He has switched to HE, which I think was a good call, in hope of finding the DD. But if the torpedoes show up now, there's the hydro. Having a little trouble selecting a target. I think I'd switch back to the AP now. Some good damage, but with AP, he can blap one of these cruisers. And he has switched back to the AP. Now, we're liable to see a lot of overpens here. Well, yeah, 5 overpens. The 1 penetration was a Citadel. I think he's going to be able to avoid this. Harbin's going to turn and throw torpedoes out the other side, though, I think. Oh, you got robbed there, Timmy. That should do it for Harbin, but he's going to get all of his other torpedoes away. There's the Kraken Unleashed, sitting at 116,000 damage. I don't see any way to avoid all these. There's Citadel number 7. Oh, that was so close. There's kill number 6. And Timmy single-handedly put his team back in this game, but it's a real uphill climb. Okay, so 89 shells on target, 2 detections, 4 incapacitations, 7 citadels, 15 secondary hits, which in Atlanta is just awesome. 3 fires started, 6 kills. That's half of the red team. Yeah, I see your comment there, and yeah, there's not a whole lot more you could have done. This Baltimore, he's just terrible shooting. That should easily have been the end of the Shiratsuyu. He's going to go dark. Okay, so Balti finishes off the Shiratsuyu. It's 2 ships, but the bad guys have they've got a 2-cap lead. 7 minutes left. It's still anybody's game, but the bad guys really have a decided advantage here. Colorado has taken very little damage, and the Baltimore, it might have been a good idea to just run right at the Colorado with HE and get fires burning, hoping he would repair and then just slam into him and flood him out. But the fact that the red team has a destroyer still means the red team's almost certainly going to win this, even if the Colorado gets sunk. There's just no way that that destroyer gets spotted. I mean, that player is plainly keeping himself at a distance. You can see Balti's down to about roughly a third of his HP, and reversing is going to allow Colorado more time to put guns on him whenever Colorado comes around the corner of that island, and he's going to. Now, Colorado is not accurate, but if there was going to be any hope of really sinking the Colorado, I think it needed to be done sooner rather than later. It's easy to armchair quarterback. Kind of wish Timmy had taken the camera over there. I'd love to see what's going on. But I think the Baltimore's in big trouble, and the Asashio is just going to stay hidden. Now, Mainz might be able to get guns on the Colorado. I think the Colorado is going to probably turn and go into the Alpha Cap. But he doesn't really have to. I think it would be smart for him to do that, because if he continues south, he's going to be able to be shot by both cruisers. And that looked like HE, which is unfortunate. The AP on the Balti, on the broadside like that, would have probably done a lot more damage. You can see Mainz now. He's got guns on the Colorado. The Balti's sticking with the HE. That looks like AP out of the Mainz, though. And he is doing good damage. It's a shame the Baltimore didn't use AP. An absolute shame. They might have sunk the Colorado had he done that. So Mainz is going to finish off the Colorado. But that's the game. Mainz had a great game. He's got 4 kills. Timmy obviously had a great game. Solid damage totals. Kraken unleashed. 6 total red ships sunk. But the Mainz just doesn't have a chance here. 4 minutes remaining, but the Asashio would have to just make a truly boneheaded mistake. Yeah, but he's not going to have to reset the Mainz. Mainz doesn't have much choice but to run through B, try to secure it, and then head for the Charlie cap. And Asashio, he can allow that. He can actually be traversing west, south of the position of the Mainz. If he's got the 20-kilometer torps, he can throw torps out. And even if they don't hurt anything, it's just a distraction. He just heads for the Alpha cap, and his team, maintains control of one of the caps. He never has to get anywhere near the Mainz. So this game, I think, is over. Timmy, great game, man, and thanks for sending this. The the Alaska falls into the category of ships that they're super fun because they're super strong. I really like my Alaska, but I feel kind of guilty playing it, so I don't play it that much. But man, you did a great job. You really did. You kept the guns hot. You pushed in close. Every time I see that 15 secondary hits ribbon, it just kind of cracks me up. It's nice to see somebody playing the Alaska in close. Those of you joining me, I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this. It is a good example, I think, of what the Alaska is capable of in capable hands. If you haven't already, I hope you will like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.